Summer is here, which means your water and electric bills are about to go up. If you think your bill is wrong, you can dispute it. That is the last step you can take with the city. But KXAN investigator Brian Collister uncovered you have very little chance of winning.
And Robert, there have been calls to change the system to make it fair for Austin Energy and water customers and to make it easier. But those changes have never happened.
My bill went from, less than around $100 to $550.
John Borick lights up when he talks about his ongoing battle with Austin Energy over his electric bill. He argued his case in an administrative hearing, a mini trial of sorts.
I actually thought the hearing went well. I thought we actually proved our case. The problem is after we got the results back from the hearing and they said they ruled in the city's favor, that's when I started to do research and find out the hearing officer was an old city employee.
Turns out the hearing officer who judged his case is an attorney who used to work for the city of Austin.
It's not right. There needs to be a fairer way for somebody to look at this. I'd rather go before a judge. At least a judge has an oath to look at it both ways.
You may remember that I came here last month.
Carol Berdzinski is a consumer advocate specializing in electric utilities. In 2014, she was part of a city work group that found the hearing officers did not appear to be impartial, ruling for the city nearly 80% of the time in electric and water disputes.
The people who run the whole complaint process at the city are people who have a vested interest in the outcome, and the vested interest can be as simple as the fact that, well, I've already made that decision and I was right, and I will continue to be right.
The work group made several recommended changes to the city manager that they should implement so the system would be more fair to consumers. But 2 years later, none of those changes have been adopted.
They're not impartial.
City Councilman Don Zimmerman sat in on one of those hearings, representing a constituent fighting a high water bill.
The so-called examiner, who was not independent, he was a former city employee, the examiner did an excellent job of interrogating my water constituent, my customer. Have you made any changes? Do you have a swimming pool? Do you have any leaks? Do you have any changes in your irrigation patterns? A long list of questions. But when it came time for the city's side, he had no questions.
Those in favor, please raise your hand.
Last month, the City Council approved 2 new contracts for 2 lawyers who rule on these disputes. Both are former city attorneys. One of them even earning more than $1 million from legal work for the city on a current water-related lawsuit.
If I was getting paid by the city, how would I rule? I mean, I would want the checks to keep coming, wouldn't you? They should at least rotate the people where they don't do the same thing over and over for 10 years.
Austin Energy defends the current system, saying the hearing officers, Robert, are well-educated, knowledgeable, and have lots of experience in these issues.
Well, when is the city going to make changes in the hearing process?
So far, we've gotten no answer as to when or even if they'll make those changes.
Okay, Brian, thanks. If you want to dispute a City of Austin utility bill, we've explained all the steps also in the investigative section of KXAN.com. You can also read Austin Energy's full statement there. And remember, if you have something you want us to investigate, email us at report@kxan.com.